Welcome to my channel. My name is Bianca Bricolari. I go by Beauty by Bia. This channel I've started so that I can talk about anything makeup related or even life related or whatever I feel like talking about that day. So for my first look, I'm going to be doing this right here. It's one of my favorite looks. It's like a nice classic brown smoky eye, but I added a little bit of a burnt brick twist to it. So if you want to see how to get this look, please keep watching. To start this look off, I'm using the Buxom Show Some Skin Weightless Foundation. It's light to medium coverage, and I'm using the color Almond the Nude. Whoops, I had to make sure that it was gonna match my body. I did get a spray tan, so for all of you living in Toronto, if you ever need a good spray tan, go to Bronzed by Bloom. I'll link her Instagram in the bottom. She's amazing, and I always find that I get the most natural, glowing skin from her tans. For concealer, I'm going in with the Nars Soft Matte Complete Concealer in Custard. I'm putting this under my eyes, down the bridge of my nose, on my chin, on my cupid's bow, and on my forehead. These are all the areas of my face that I really want to bring forward and make sure that the light hits there nicely so you look nice and awake. I'm blending that out in a down and out motion. That way it blends seamlessly with your foundation and you're not getting any solid lines or any flashback as well, because it's not going to be nicely buffed in. And you're good to go after that. Going in with my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. This is what I'm going to use to set my face and all the areas that I just highlighted. I'm going to use this to bake. First, I love to blend out any creases that I find I'm experiencing under my under eye, then really push the product into the under eye. That way it's creating a barrier so your makeup's going to last all day and it's not going to crease, and it's going to keep you looking rejuvenated throughout the day. I'm going in to bake everywhere that I highlighted except for around my lovely little friend on my chin. We'll deal with him later, as I said, so we can't bake him yet, and then you can't put liquid on top of that. For me personally, I find that my nose creases a lot, so I tend to put some baking there as well. And then after I bake, I'm going to leave that on for a little bit. Go back into my fluffy powder brush and just give it a light dust to set the rest of my face. That way when I put the rest of the products on, it's not going to move around or you're not going to get any patch spots. For contour, I'm going in with the Tartiest Pro Glow To Go in the contour shade called Chisel. I really like this contour shade because it is a little bit warm, but it does have a shadow base to it. So rather than just looking super gray on your skin, it's going to create that shadow, but still give you some warmth. Every time I do my makeup, my hair just tends to fly around, so I just have to keep moving it. The biggest tip that I ever got for contour was when I did the masterclass with Mario Dedanovic. He said smile when you do your contour, which was very helpful because if you think about it, when you take a picture, you're smiling. So that's when you really want to see the definition in your cheeks. So when I'm contouring, I'm going in the hollows of the cheeks, up the side of your temple into your forehead, and down on your jawline. This is going to give your face a more chiseled look and angular, and it's really going to define all of the shadows. This creates dimension in your face. So now I'm going in, this is the Tarte Holiday Palette. I believe it's from 2015 or 2016, I'm not sure, but it's the Bling It On Amazonian Clay Palette. And I'm going in with Prim. I like to focus my blush on the middle of the apple back. That way it really defines your cheekbones even more. And for my face shape personally, when I smile, I already have prominent apples, so I don't want to enhance that even more. Going in with highlight, one of my favorite things, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in That Glow. I'm mixing together bubbly, dripping in gold and golden bronze, and I'm just popping that on the highlights of on the tops of my cheekbones, down the center of my nose, and on my Cupid's bow, just to really accentuate these features. My brows, I'm using the Smashbox pencil. I will do an in-depth brow tutorial, so I'm going to speed through this for now because watching someone do brows for probably 10 minutes, which is how long it normally takes, depending on the intensity of the brow, could get very boring. For my lovely bronzy brick smoky eye, I'm going in with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Master Palette by Mario. For my transition color, I'm going in with Isabel. It's a nice warm orange color. So popping that right in the crease, I'm going in with circular motions and back and forth motions. This is just going to allow every other color that you put on after to blend seamlessly together, so you're not going to get any harsh lines in the look. Everything's going to be nice and blended. From the same palette, I'm going in with Violetta. It's a matte brown. It kind of looks like a milk chocolate color to me. And I'm going to take that on more of a tapered, fluffy blending brush. That way it's still going to blend for you, but it'll pack more color and pigment onto the eyelid rather than a full blending brush. So I'm swiping this on from the base of my lid up into that transition color, and I'm really blending and fusing them together. To ensure even further that you're not going to have any harsh lines, I'm going back in with my transition color brush, and it's just a soft fluffy brush, and I'm blending both those colors into each other. Lastly, to give it the brick red kind of color, I'm using Muse from the same palette, and I'm taking that on the exact same brush as Violetta. You'll learn while I do my tutorials, I like to use as minimal brushes as possible. Yeah, it's just easier, simpler, and you don't have to clean as many brushes later. Then after I pack that on right on top of where I put Violetta, because Violetta is going to give Muse a nice deep base, I'm going back in with my same transition fluffy brush and blending all of that together. Taking a pencil brush, I'm going to do the exact same order of shadows that I put on my lid, just to smoke out my under eye. So first I'm going in with my transition color Isabel, packing on top Violetta, and then Muse on top of that, and that's going to really create the dramatics. When you do a smoky eye, you want to ensure that your bottom lash line matches the top half of your eye, because if it's not, it's just going to look off. Going in to highlight my brow bone and inner corner, I'm going back into my glow kit, but this time, because I don't want it to be overly glowy, I want the depth of the smoky eye to be the focus. I'm just going to take Bubbly, which is the lightest gold shade out of the palette, and I'm putting that under my brow bone and on the inner corner. I did put a little bit down the bridge of my nose and more on my Cupid's bow as well. I'm going to be applying false lashes in this tutorial, but for those of you who don't like to wear false lashes, you can just load up on your favorite mascara. Especially because it is more of a smokier eye, you want to make sure that your lashes are as powerful as the shadows themselves. So I'm just going in with the L'Oreal Voluminous. The lashes that I'm using are the Ardell Double Whispies. What you want to do is create a thin line of glue. I'm using the Duo Glue in Clear. The more glue that you have on your lash, the less it's going to stick, because there's going to be so much to slide around. So less is more when it comes to glue, but really make sure you're focusing it on the outer and inner corner of your lashes. Before I put them on, I wait for the glue to get tacky. And as you can see, I'm having some difficulties getting them on. We all do. Lash days are always the best, but just work with it, and I will do a tutorial on how to apply false lashes as well. So to cover my lovely little friend that popped up on my chin, I'm going back into my Soft Matte Concealer from Nars in Custard again. I'm taking this on my flat concealer brush first, and rather than swiping it on, I'm going to pack it on. Then taking a fluffier concealer brush, so this one is the Sephora 57, I'm going to diffuse the outer edges first. That way it looks seamless into my foundation, and then lightly go over where I put the product on the actual pimple. That way it blends seamlessly, but the most coverage is still on the blemish. To make sure that lasts all day, I'm going to go back in with my Beauty Blender and my Laura Mercier Translucent Setting Powder and really give it a good press into the skin, so that way that's not going to budge. All right, we are almost done. So last but not least, we're going to go in with lips. My favorite lip product at the moment is from GrandeLips. It's their Hydrating Lip Plumper in the color Barely There, I believe. This is my favorite gloss that I use because it has a little bit of color, nothing too crazy, and you can use it day to day, whether you're doing a smoky eye or just a natural look. More of a dewy look, so I'm going to be using the Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I basically bathe in it, breathe it all in, make your skin feel nice, and then you're good to go. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this tutorial and you want to see more like it, please comment below, give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.